Show his ass with this song.
Showing thy buttocks. Your rear end.
Like them niggas be doing on TV shows and movies for the women and people who like the homoerotic things. I'm good off that.
Whoa, what?
I'm just you gotta show your ass. You know, no. You're performing.
Why do we?
I can't just turn up.
What the?
I can't just blow the roof off.
You can.
That's disgusting. Come on, bro.
You can turn up.
I ain't taking it too far.
What?
Blow the roof off. I said show your ass and you're gonna blow the roof off. That's even worse. Thinking like, what?
Wow.
No.
Right?
Like.
Keep thy asses in your pants and.
And your lips to yourself.
Yeah. Word into the fucking big bird. Hey, listen. Holla back. No. This is the first official episode.
Number 1.
Of 4 Course. Listen. We are gathered here today.
Classic.
Just to bring forth to you something we hope.
Something beneficial for your bones.
Something we know to be beneficial to all.
Some food for thought.
Some food for the soul.
That's a great way to put it, my brother.
Some nourishment.
My brother.
For yourself and others.
For yourself.
For yourself.
Yes, your health.
Your health.
Yes. We want to kick it off. Recite.
Right.
In other words, all right. And we gonna do a little something like
shit.
This. Oh, see, you presented the song, so you probably got it started off, sir.
When you know you been hurt, been down before, nigga. When the pride was low, looking at the world like where do we go, nigga? And we hit po-po. When the killer's dead in the street for show, nigga. I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright, nigga. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright, nigga. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
Shout out, bro.
We gon' be alright.
Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the bake cup. And I'm a separate looking at you from the face stand. My mega 11 leaving bull with the bait down. Let me tell you about my life. Painkillers only put me in the twilight. A pretty pussy, a Benjamin, it's the highlight. I tell my mama I love her, but this was die like. Lord knows. 20 of them in my Chevy, tell her mother cover, Gabby reading everything I sold. So I'm covered every dope and every record of every.
He's not.
Tell the world I know it's too late. Boys and girls, they are going crazy.
Wouldn't you know? We and her been down before, nigga. When our pride was low, looking at the world like where do we go, nigga? And we hate Bobo. Wanna kill us dead in the street for show, nigga. I'm in the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright.
Huh? We gon' be alright.
Do you hear me? Do you feel you gon' be alright?
Huh? We gon' be alright.
Huh?
We gon' be alright.
We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. What you want? You a house? You a car? 40 acres and a mule?
Up in the
Lucy, I'm your dog. Motherfucker, you can live in the mall.
I got that.
Yo, he just raps too fast. No matter how good the words are, he's just.
Oh man,
that sucks, man.
man.
I thought you had that shit down packed, bro.
Nah.
Yeah, nah, I don't.
You listen to that song so how many times you still don't know that part?
No.
Bro.
Nah,
It's in
I
the
fucked
bag.
up. Oh, man.
I guess you don't got that.
I can tell it's evil. I can get it out of this legal.
Yeah, I was listening to the song on the way here.
That about it every other zero.
I tried.
This nigga Vaughn be rapping this? I'm like, hold on, wait. This is Kendrick.
Oh my goodness.
He got some like
my goodness gracious.
some super dexterity.
Nah, it's different, boy.
I'm like, this nigga Vaughn be singing shit, rapping this shit in the shower? Hard like this? I mean, no.
I can
pause.
see the evil. I can tell it. I know it's illegal. I don't think about it. I deposit every other zero. Thinking of my partner. Put the candy painted on the Rico. Digging in my pockets. Ain't a profit. Big enough to feed you every day. My logic get another dollar just to keep you in the presence of a chico. I don't think about it. Think about it every day. I'll be good. If I got it, then you know you got it. Heaven, I can beat you. Pet up, bad dog, my dog. That's all. Big bag, a check, I trap a leg. I rap a black, a tracks, a rest assured, but rights with wrongs, and right till I'm right
with God.
And you know we've been down before.
People.
When our pride was low, looking at the world like, where do we go?
People.
And they hate po-po. They wanna kill us dead in the street for sure.
People.
I'm at the preacher's door, my knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me?
We gon' be alright.
I keep my head up high and cross my heart and hope to die. Love me is complicated. The rain of our changes.
That's crazy.
I'm alright in your baby. Dark nights in my prayers. I remember you was conflicted.
This nigga, what the fuck?
Misusing influence. Sometimes I did the same. Abusing my power, full of resentment. Resentment that turned into a deep depression. Find myself screaming in the root hotel room.
That's where the young shit came in.
The evils of Lucy all around me. Lucy. So I ran running for answers. Man. Kendrick. My man. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Kendrick Lamar Duckworth, Mark Spears, and Pharrell Williams.
Of course, Pharrell, you know.
Salute.
Shout out.
Big up. That's wow. Wow. Let me tell you. Of course, that one. You know what I'm saying? That's the asterisk, yes. Cause, you know what I mean? But, of course, what it's about is the way it hits you and what it hits for you and in you. What is that for you guys?
I need you to expound on that.
Well, as much as there's going to be the standout tracks that, of course, touches the masses, there are the tracks you yourself, us individually, you know, you have a liking for, liking to. But the track that stands out to the masses, of course, stands out to the masses, not because the masses agrees, but just because for whatever it touches the masses in such a way where the masses all happen to be hit by it. But my question would still be, what is it and how is it that song hit for you?
Me personally, we gonna be alright. Personally, I think everybody needs to, I guess, looking out for self because then like you're literally looking out for you. I mean, not like yourself. Like if you have a family and shit, like yeah, you still looking out for them and stuff like that. But like that's it. It's just y'all. It's y'all. Like, and another thing people need to get out of their minds: you against the world or your family against the world. Like why is everybody fighting?
World. We are the children.
And
Valid
then,
question.
what you want? You a house? You a car? 40 acres and a mule? What do you want?
A piano, a guitar, anything, man.
What you willing to do with that?
For that.
What are you doing? You're right. What are you willing to do for that?
No, well, with it as well, but for it more importantly, because you have to do something for it in order to get it cheap, and then you have to do something with it, unless it's just a waste.
And then when you get it, like what are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna just that's it? It's just for you and yours? Or are you gonna use it to help anybody and like fix anything, or is it just you just want the biggest this, the fastest that, the nicest this, the nicest that? At the end of the day, we don't really know what happens. At the end of the day, like we don't know heaven and hell, like purgatory, where niggas go. We don't really know any of that.
You don't know.
Niggas out here
you don't know what happens if you
gulag.
ain't here no more. For sure.
Exactly, like, but you just
also,
gonna like, can you say you actually helped anybody with all the wealth that you got, and like, can you actually say you personally changed anybody's life, or
yeah, but what are you even talking about? Who said that's what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah,
what are you saying?
You know, that's funny.
It's my money.
That's funny.
It is. But we're all here.
I think about that question myself, because what do you feel well, everyone can imagine what they would do, right? Everyone can imagine but you only know if you're in that position. All right, but do we really feel as though that there's an obligation
to
help make things all right?
I feel like it's an obligation on everybody.
Yeah, right. That's what because that's what I would imagine as well. But the basic things.
Not to make
just by the basic things, as far as just be kind to others. Do unto others as you want done to you.
Yeah, least motherfuckers could do out here is that.
But that's probably why things will be all right, for the fact of the matter that there are those people that are going to. They're just going. That's not even a mission they set out on in life. It is just something internally to conquest they've internally embarked on, without the recognition or seeking the recognition for it. They're just out there, and those people make me feel like things are gonna be all right. As much as that song reminded me of that, pretty much. We gonna be all right, because there are the people out there who's been in your life, who've been just there.
Or the people you haven't even met yet. You could be having the shittiest of shitty days, and then that's the thing. You never know who you're gonna bump into. You could be having the shittiest of shitty fucking days and walk into somebody who just brightens up your day. Those shoes is dope. That jacket mad ill. If you could just be having a shitty day, you never know who the fuck you gonna bump into.
Yo, bro,
you never fucking know.
A month ago, maybe, I was walking in the pub, and randomly this dude walking in. He's walking into his house, sees me, and then he's like, "Yo," you're like, "Yo, you look like J. Cole." Like, son, I was like,
nigga had to stop himself. Like, hold on.
I was like, come on, man. I was like, that even. That's not even. But
no offense to you, homie.
Yo, it just be mad funny. It be mad. Those moments be mad funny to me. It just be mad funny. That's a few months, like maybe a few months before that. So I was in Target, going to Target. There's some dude was like, "Oh shit, look at J. Cole." I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah, but those little moments like that always make me laugh. The people having
exactly,
you know what I'm saying, the openness to just, and I see people who look like people, and I'm like, I don't ever say nothing. I don't know, but when these people
bro,
it's mad funny.
I can't say anything because they're gonna think I'm like joking on them.
I don't be knowing. I'm not gonna lie. I guess I'm weird like that.
Yo, it's the people who reach out for the little, and that's what it is. And especially like COVID fucked a lot of shit up. A lot of people are not used to human interaction anymore, and this shit is wild.
I'm not
it
at
shows
all.
you what conditioning can do.
Not that I wasn't used to human interaction.
I was just always sociable. Like, I don't know if I talk less. I don't know if I talk more. I just, if I walk past somebody in the street, yo, what's good? I don't know.
You know what it is? We were trapped in the mind from the quarantine, and we have started to lose control. Oh, baby.
So I don't know. I don't know if everybody else was like this. I'm just not in shutdown. Also, because like during quarantine, I was fucking delivering packages for Amazon. So I was like still out here being sociable and shit like that. Like
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, still, I believe there's a level of socializing at work. So you kind of have that. Well, if you were fortunate enough to be working during the quarantine. But even so,
fuck that. Nobody wanted to work during the quarantine.
Shit.
I mean, the only fortunate part is that you had a job after the quarantine ended, and when the money stopped flowing, that's the good part.
I mean, I didn't want to be working, but I understood that.
You don't want to have to deal with that bullshit.
Yeah, not yet. Because personally, that's why I think right as well. Just the way shit just the way the chips just fell for me the last few years after me finally deciding to step out of the restaurant industry.
Restaurant bullshit.
Yeah, it's not even bullshit because it's not a bad career
at all.
And people that the perception of that shouldn't be what it is, because you can make a career out of working in a restaurant. It's just whether or not you feel up to putting up with the lifestyle. That's all that we need to start. If we put such negative connotations on a whole lot of things just about our living that we don't necessarily need to, because there are people who actually it's suitable for, and not because they're forced to. It's because they don't mind it, and that it almost works better for them. They like their life that way. They live there. You know what I'm saying? They have a routine. They prefer that. But
that is true. I didn't mind working in a restaurant. You know what it is? Certain restaurants just be desperate to hire anybody, and they be hiring some shitty fucking workers.
I would believe that, but I haven't been able to work. I haven't worked in enough in my opinion, I've been in 4 restaurants.
I literally think and then that's another thing. It depends on the restaurant that you work. It depends on the restaurant that you work in, and then the type of staff that you're like literally willing to hire. Because I've worked in some decent kitchens, like some top-notch kitchens, and then I've worked in like Applebee's.
But that's the other thing too. They in another league of their own, in my personal opinion, because the flow they deal with. As much as every restaurant can be busy and will be busy and gets busy, the busy in Applebee's, to me, well, I don't know, I haven't experienced other places. Fridays, I'm sure it's probably similar, but for Applebee's, that's I'm good.
It's really just the clientele. That's really it, because like
that's what I'm saying, and it's because of the environment they're providing, and it's not. I didn't mind the environment. It's cool. It's laid back. Because that's what it's supposed to be, neighborhood bar. You know what I'm saying? So, but
don't put it in the wrong neighborhood.
Yeah, you pull up in a PF Chang and different environment, different flow, different atmosphere.
That food is
different
trash.
Food. I can understand your disagreement with it, but I'm just saying that was some depending on who's cooking. That's the other thing. That's why I don't eat out.
Depending on who's cooking.
That's why that's the one thing that happened for me working in a restaurant. I was like, I prefer to cook my own food, because I'm not going to say other people don't care, but I just care a certain way. that I'm cool with, and you know what I mean. I'm okay with not going out and indulging. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? But
speaking of being alright, yo, why is one of the most rowdy days to go out and eat on a Sunday or to work in a restaurant?
I mean,
because Saturday is a Sabbath day, and we have been using Sunday to go to church. That's the wrong day. So people's minds are all like out of whack.
Everybody's all no, but for real, everybody old. Nah, but
I'm sorry.
Even me.
Yo, yeah, this guy. Yo, but nah, but my apologies. I was saying,
nigga, enjoy that sip.
I'm glad that I made that switch when I did, for the fact of the matter that I
can't really even say that.
I was able to attain a position in a field I hadn't been aware of. Just hadn't been aware of this shit. Hadn't been aware of it. That's bruh. What? And I'm like, coming out of the restaurant, I'm thinking, yeah, I need to find something stability. Mm-hmm. I need that real quick. I need to get into that.
Yeah, because you niggas is fucking lazy and don't want to start a fucking business.
Oh,
get this shit fucking popping.
Oh, what a guy.
So, I guess that leads into what I was about to say.
What the fuck did that go?
People gotta be
just joking.
With being uncomfortable.
Nah, cause I gotta do myself.
Some people
you know?
who go into the restaurant business are just like in it, and then they stuck in it, and they don't want to leave because of the money. And it's just like, cause
I don't blame them.
But that's people with any kind of job. It's not really, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't blame. That's what I'm learning as well. I'm realizing like, wow, yeah, no, it's not as bad as it for me, because I'm thinking about what I prefer. I'm thinking now that I've had a feel for what it is to have something stay Monday through Friday for real. I had the opportunity at that earlier, but I was in the mailroom. I wasn't like looking. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, but some shit like that. Like, you gotta work yourself up. You gotta work your way up.
Not even like. But it was really just something to show me stability, and that's what I had. I had a taste for it, and then I was like, let me just. But I started jumping around a little bit, but for the most part, I was in a restaurant for like last 8 years or whatever.
Yeah,
we found love in the middle of it. We found love in the middle of it. That's for the future.
Oh,
we'll talk about that later.
Oh my god, yo, word, yo, word.
My first job was fucking debt collection. My second job, I was working at a fucking electronics store security. Loss prevention.
Prevent the loss.
In Queens. Like one of those shops you go to where the niggas used to sell the DVDs and fucking video games and shit. Yeah, we got this shit. Yeah, I was
pawn shop.
Nah, it was a electronic store. It was electronic store.
Pawn shop.
Nah, we was legit. Always been legit. Yeah, like that was my second job, and then after that, restaurants. Like I went to school for cooking. I wasn't old enough to get the job in there because I graduated at 17. And then I didn't have the experience when I was going to college to work in the kitchen.
That's hefty. That's crazy.
You should have showed him when he was cooking up in the kitchen at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, my brother started cooking. He was cooking. He cooked for my mom on one Mother's Day. That shit was cool. That's when I've never had asparagus like that again.
Bro, I got you.
I never had asparagus like that, bro. Oh no, yo, he's a motherfucking wizard with this shit.
Talking about Danny or David?
Videos pop.
Huh?
Talking about Danny or David?
Nah, David. Wizard, boy. Wizard.
He seemed like it would be.
Nah, Danny's a wizard with the cars for no reason. He takes the time to understand something well enough that he doesn't have to. Well, he can't seek the information elsewhere, because for the most part, there's not often or not always when you come across people that are going to give you the information or have the information or willing to give it to you. Man, you can, but You know what I'm saying? You're not about to jump around every motherfucking where to find it. And yeah, but word, nah, you're a wizard with the cost, and a wizard with the. I just know wizards. I just know wizards out here. Just know wizards. Nah, but you definitely that cooking. You know what I'm saying? See, I didn't have that. Didn't start with that, but fortunate to have now the opportunity to go back to school with an intent aside from suggestion. You know what I mean? Like strong suggestion, like, hey, you know what I mean? You probably should do that. You probably should do that. Like, at least that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do this, so you gonna do it. And I ended up being able to work and go to school, but like that first job was cold. Yo, that's where I learned how to fold jeans. Like, yo, this manager, his name is Kenny. Cool dude. Put up, dog. And he told me how to fold. Yo, cause I've always, you know, as a kid, you go to the store and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you see how it's folded. You're like, how did they fold that shit like that? How did they? But I never asked. I never bothered to ask. What's that like? What's that process? How you do that? You know what I'm saying? What's the origami for this? But yeah, working in the department store, I figured that out. That's when you learn about the back of things, the back room and stuff.
Motherfuckers don't want to put these pants back right.
Yo. Nah,
you think they back there searching for shit? Sometimes they are, but niggas be chilling.
Yo. I was always just working because that made work go quicker to me. The more I do, the more time move. But nah, yo,
take that jewel.
They really had clothes there that had to be there for at least years. Like at least.
You didn't take none?
Not one or two either. Like years. It's been these are size 40, 35 long or something. And then, man, come on, dog. What?
I can't fit that.
What we talking about? Nah, me. Nah, me. Nah, but real talk. Nah. These bridges ain't for me. Nah, but that's why I'm like, yo, y'all, I can just throw these back on the shelf. Like, I know.
Ain't nobody gonna grab them.
You can't backstock this anymore. Like, you can't backstock this. You can't. Nobody buying this shit. They don't got no tag no more. Like, what we doing here? People, the different levels. What do you feel maybe just comes across all of them?
Switching up your fucking attitude. Your persona, your personality, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. That. Code switching. I think that's what the young folks call it now. Code switching. And then the crazy thing is, some people look at you crazy. It's just like, oh, so you just gonna change? No.
Well,
I'm getting paid.
I can understand that.
I mean, when you lifting weights, like, yo, I used to go to the gym and be like, try to not make faces when I'm lifting weights. This shit is mad heavy.
Oh my God, yo.
Like, nigga, make some noise. It takes some effort.
Yo, that's frowned upon.
I mean, you don't gotta do all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying?
What? Nah, you like making the faces and
really.
No, I'm saying you gotta let some. You gotta
depending on where you go. What is it? Planet Fitness?
Look, I'm not obviously I'm not talking about being obnoxious.
The grunt meter. Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about that, but like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let off something like.
Well, I would believe.
Whatever it is.
Nigga, he sound like he belong in the
I really don't even know. I don't lift. Nah, but yeah, you have to breathe. So, and depending on what you put behind that breath, it could come out with some sound.
Should take some effort. You trying to make some money. You talking to somebody.
You know what I mean? Like. I used to when I used to see that, I used to be like, that mother, he really pushing, like he really
getting ready for the ready.
It's the same thing at work. When you know what I'm saying, you talking to your boss, the person responsible for authorizing your checks and shit. You know what I'm saying? You talk to them a different way. Maybe if you're that kind of person, like if especially if they're like, you know, they're a certain kind of person, you definitely got to talk to them a certain way.
Sure.
Nah.
Okay, that's.
That
is your behavior. That's your behavior, and that I understand. You have to have that ability. What I'm asking is there something about the environment of the workplaces or the different workplaces and places you've been that maybe just translate throughout all of them as far as habits and, you know what I'm saying, character traits of people that work there, which you can't really necessarily say would be a personality of somebody who works at a particular place or in a particular environment. But you also could almost make that argument if you really take the time to do some research.
There are the same types of people at every job. But
of course, one could say, well, obviously, in an office job compared to a restaurant job, different atmosphere, different environment. You probably are going to get some different people in a restaurant than in an office, but at the same time,
they're the same people.
The people you find in the office could be in the restaurant, and people in the restaurant probably are in the office, will be in the office at some point in time. The restaurant is just really the tool, depending on the position you play in it.
Honing your skills.
Well, as far as I believe that serving is more or less that tool, or utilized as a tool as much as it can become a career, as far as you really make your living with this. It for a good amount of people, it's a tool. I'm using this to get me through or get me by or do this for me to do this, that. It's a tool. As much as a second job or part-time job would be a tool as well. It's the same difference. But more often than not, I would believe a restaurant job or convenience store job, like
I would say cook, only because desperate times, you see how desperate motherfuckers are. You see what niggas do for desperation. Like, I need
I'm just saying.
This is just me personally.
You gonna be alright.
You see what people do when they hungry. Can you make me a slider and some fries? Here's this little dime bag I got.
Oh man,
I'm just saying, you as a cook.
Well, that would pertain to people partaking in certain things.
Yeah, you right, but I'm saying, somebody stopped for like $5. Like, can you make me blase blah? I don't really have the bread right now.
And that's another thing about that job. I mean, I don't know, me after working in a restaurant, like I really was like, damn, man. Like, damn, now I know what people are doing when they not at this table.
Bro, it's the same shit everywhere.
Same shit everywhere. Same shit. And there's nothing wrong with it. But you know what I'm saying? It's just funny when you come across, when you get to learn about society. You get to learn about society.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why things will be all right, because we all are here, so have no fear.
Such is true.
I don't see what everybody in such a hurry for.
I mean, I do.
I do, because
but
it's like.
But I know what you're saying.
My thing is, like, I don't want to be one of those, but like, time is a man-made construct.
Well,
time is a tool.
Like, we do all have the same 24 hours of the day. Who knows if that's, I'm saying, if you go by that time, but it's just like, the shit that you're busting your ass for, right? You could do that in a week, but if you get your boy, then the two of y'all could get it done in 3.5 days. It's two of you guys. You do half the work. Get people you trust, and then that's another thing. I'm not gonna say people don't trust anybody. Sometimes people trust in the wrong people. Sometimes, it's too much trust, not enough trust. People get upset. People get offended. All this other XYZ, blah, blah, blah. So many variables to the shit. It's just like.
I think I feel like what I am realizing, aside from I consider as much as I am aware of, and as much as I
that's a lot of consideration
can keep in mind. Which it is, and you don't want to fill up your memory bank so much so that you can retain and maintain the information that you need to store. But I try as much as possible to just, consider as much as I can. But I feel as though I'm learning more about how far that consideration goes, and of course you think, even dealing with something you would see as okay, I'm gonna say someone because I'm referring to people, but someone you would see as an enemy, which nobody would want to see anyone as an enemy. I would hope, I would believe, but then again, you never know. But it's just to say, if you're still considering them as a person, aside from them, you feeling you regarding them as an enemy. That being said, I'm at the point of feeling as though I'm considering the sacrifices that everyone makes, even those I disagree with or may not even like, because of the fact of the matter is we are all making sacrifices, and we do make sacrifices, and not to say that you're privileged for making a sacrifice because, well, the privilege is
life.
Yeah. Itself. So obviously we all have that privilege and that fortune. Then again, the life you're living in, the hand you're dealt, is a different story. Because it is. In fact, literally. We're all individuals, so it's billions of different stories. But yeah, I just feel like I'm at that point of really thinking about the sacrifices that people make. Doesn't matter whether or not I agree with them. I'm at that point really of like, just I don't know. I'm trying to understand what it is, may possibly, but I just other than I feel as though I'm just opening myself up to allowing the thought and the wonder of that, because of the fact that I don't want to be so close-minded as to completely feel as though whatever it is that they might be experiencing or whatever path they might be walking is irrelevant. Because it's relevant. Everything's going to connect at some point, or does connect in some fashion, I'll believe. But
a lot of people, or I'm not going to say a lot of people, some people don't believe they're not on the right path. And I'm not going to say your shit is irrelevant or anything like that. You can't, I'm not going to say you can discredit people, but you can show them that there's a better way. Because some people literally only think their way is the only way. And it's just like, yo, but you do it this way. It's just like the one, like, say the one person who literally only wants to work by themselves, they're like, yo, it's my way. It's me. And it's just like, yo, but we together we could do better. And then that's the thing, like, I really need to get this out of my mind, saying a lot of people, because a decent, I don't know, like, I don't know, where to gauge this.
It's really just the people you come across. You come across
the people that I
enough
come
people.
Across.
Yeah, you come across it enough times, and it's ratio for the most part. Probabilities. How many times have you out of 10? That's such a common thing. Out of 10, you say out of whatever number out of 10, and you, for the most part, you imagine the likelihood of the probability, or the unlikelihood, and if that falls in a median range or closer to, you know what I'm saying, And I feel like that's usually how we gauge things, and that would lead you to say all people or a lot of people or whatever the case may be, because of the fact of the matter, you're thinking out of 10 people, 80 y'all. You know what I mean? And that's a wow. That that
you know what it is? I feel like
worrying about other people's shit will have you smelling like shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what a lot of people come from. You worrying about, not you worrying, but just speaking on it. It's like now somebody has the right to have a feeling or have a a say about whatever you're saying.
Put the magnifying on you, but
now you stink. Now it's like, oh, what's that?
Dude,
why you smell like that?
Dude, we know that sometimes we all got to be told about ourselves. And that's the other part. I'm attempting
to be okay with criticism. A lot of people are not okay with criticism. And see, there I go. We're saying a lot of people think it's just like the people but
I think that's a valid observation.
The term is we all have to learn to be more open to criticism.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to look at the man in the mirror.
Human beings, because
we all should look at the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, the person in the mirror.
Almost by our nature, you have to learn to take criticism. I would believe, because you don't grow up liking when someone tells you you're not doing something that well, or you know what I mean, or something that you are part of isn't well because you are a part of it. Nobody wants to be told that. But if you in fact if you are the only one putting your cold, wet glass on the wooden table with no coaster, then somebody gotta tell you, hey, you need a fucking coaster. And that's just the thing. I'm not.
Fuck, I need a coaster for.
I'm not one. And then that's a whole different discussion. We won't go there.
Is that your table?
We're gonna stay on topic.
Is that your table?
We're gonna stay on topic. Word. But man, okay. Well, that'll lead us into this next following that clip we have about the education board.
Yeah, it's something I wanted to play for us, just to hear you guys' thoughts on it.
Might we?
I will airdrop it to you. To the computer.
Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Everything in my life is filled with loving you. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Okay.
That last part y'all didn't hear, but y'all heard it. I wasn't on it right there. Listen, that's not my level. Feel me? I'm not there with it. Yo,
some people are like, kids are not getting too much love. No, some kids are getting too much love, and they're like, some kids are not getting enough love.
Like, too much love.
What is too much love for a kid?
Is there such thing as too much love, or just not, or there's being spoiled? Because I feel as though too much love.
It's no such thing as too much.
No,
love.
it's not. It's really just you being spoiled, because that's not love. Depending on what you think is love. What up? Oh, you fat. Nah, but word. Because what do you mean? Too much love.
I guess I was talking more like when kids start going to school and stuff like that, definitely stuttered. When kids start going to school and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But see, are you listening to your teachers?
What do you mean?
Because like, I guess I shouldn't have said too much love.
Wait, what do you mean though? How are you meaning? Meaning?
Because he's about to pull up the video about the school system.
Wait, you said
I don't know.
You said you don't know if kids are getting too much love
or not enough love. And
what do you mean by that?
Like, can you tell like when they start going to school?
Do you mean attention or do you actually? But that's what I was saying. Do you actually mean? Do you actually mean like genuine love, as far as in a home? And I mean not a girls or boys home. I mean a house that is a home to a family. That kind of love.
I guess I meant attention more. Okay. The way it came across in my mind, it was like love, but I guess it's more attention.
I'm sorry. I thought more about it than.
Gotcha.
Yeah, word.
But what do you mean, like in a teacher's aspect, or?
Nah, he's saying he means attention.
But like, what's the like?
He's saying from I would assume, or I believe you meant from us in general, as a society.
Yeah.
How do we? What do you mean?
As far as as what we're about to look at.
Like, yo, that too, and then it's just like, yo, you babying your kids. Are you like not babying your kids? Is that the one?
Nah.
Yeah, that's a video.
Nah. Wait, ain't that?
Yeah, he's at the top. This is just it's a recording.
Oh, gotcha.
Nah, you could put it to the top because we don't got to see that.
Yeah.
You just want to see this part?
Yeah, you could just play the audio. You don't have to play the video. I mean, show the video. Yeah, I'm confused, Vaughn.
No, he means he's not sure if kids are getting enough love or too much love, as far as the attention is really being, in my opinion, I don't believe the attention is being paid on children's intellectual growth.
Yeah, it's, like
more or less focused on the emotional state of adults who are, I want to say, empathizing with the idea that there could be children like that feel like they do.
Alright, I got it now. Listen to
it. I would is the way I would word that.
Alright. We're gonna get back to it after the video.
Yeah.
Dash dropping gems.
I think parents love their children the most. No one's gonna love their kids more than the people that made them. Those should be the people teaching them. Why would you put a kid in a room behind a desk when the sun is out for their whole entire childhood? Not put them in front of water or ocean or anything that inspires them. Dim lights. If you notice, schools, jails, and hospitals all look exactly the same. Why wouldn't it be in something inspiring? Why? Because it's a program to keep us controlled. When you have to have order of masses, you have to have them all doing the same thing so you can know what they're doing, you can monetize what they're doing, you know how they're doing it. So at a very early age, I was like, yo, man, all this shit y'all teaching me, first of all, none of it makes me think I'm number one. It would make me, if I believe that y'all are teaching me, especially back then, that I'm number two. That I could never be a boss, that there could never be a black president. They never teach us how to pass laws and lobby or be politicians, and that's the only way to make change. So it has to be strategic. So when a cycle continues over and over again without change, it's either insanity or it's intentional. Somebody's losing, which is us, but somebody's winning, which is them. And they're controlling the game.
First off, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Yeah, outside of the controlling and other the other part that is a little more extensive of a talk. how do you guys feel about what he said about the school system?
Man.
Like, how do you guys feel about the fact that imagining school being how he said?
Well, he didn't really describe a way school could be. He just explained. Yeah.
But no, I'm saying like imagine.
But
like, what do you see?
What image? What idea of a schooling system could you imagine?
Yeah, like what is something that would be not ideal but would sound good to you?
I can't say that I can imagine something further than or more realistic than homeschooling. Because I haven't I can't say that I've looked for it either. So I don't know that it's out there to be had. And I haven't researched or thought about what school is like for other countries and other places and how they operate and what their system is and consists of and what they learn and why they learn it. When he said, "Why are the kids in school when the sun is out?" That one kind of made me think. That it actually brought me in my mind. I went back to a moment or moments of just sitting in class and just
dropping gems.
Veering out of the window.
I think
looking out and seeing what's out there and seeing the sun, seeing the trees, just looking outside of the window, not really paying attention in class, being involved in applying myself, being in touch with it. I was just really there, interacting when I needed to. Got by the skin of my teeth. So I went to college, flunked out. I wasn't applying myself. I wasn't interacting necessarily with it the way I should have. But also, I think, homeschool. I thought homeschooling. I've thought of homeschooling as an option I would prefer to take, given the opportunity. I could have children, and I'd prefer to have children at a point in time where I can control my presence and availability in their life, as well as gauge what they're learning and where they're learning and who's teaching. And not to say that I haven't myself been fortunate enough to have some teachers who did teach and some teachers who just were nice enough that I didn't have a bad interaction with them. And I can't say that they weren't teaching, but I can say that my mind really started opening senior year, particularly with my English teacher who just was passionate about teaching and taught in different environments with different kinds of kids.
What grade was this?
12th grade.
Who was your English teacher?
Mr. Monty. Shout out. Love, man. It was the.
I didn't have him, but he would let me wear my hat when he saw me in the hallway.
See, it's just because he taught in the rural you know what I mean, school systems, and where kids were experiencing just different levels of and depths of life they shouldn't have, and having to come to school and learn, and being a teacher and having to motivate those kids, get those kids about it, whatever they're feeling and dealing with. You have to have a certain level of passion, and you have to deliver a certain level of passion.
Gotta make them feel you.
And he did that.
Pause.
And I can't say that. I can say that more often than not, I recall just a very attentive, intentional, and passionate delivery and teaching in his class. The way his interaction with us was, he wasn't trying to be down, but he was letting us know, yo, and that was it, and it had nothing to do. That's for me. yeah, teaching in the schooling system and the educational system, I have my disagreements with it. Of course, being an adult now and with the information, because of the fact that it also isn't easy to fill a school with great teachers.
Yeah.
With just as much as any job. It's
I mean,
not
I don't
easy.
know, I can't agree with that.
Uh-huh.
I can't fully agree with that.
I would agree with that feeling, but you'd have to feel that way about everything. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's the reality. That's life. That's why we're gonna be all right. But it's just unfortunate that it feels as though we can't all acclimate to that level of having the same desire and want for the next generation or the youth or anyone who's coming after you. Because but again, it's just, a lot of these things are dependent on how you come up and what you come up around, what you come up with. And as much as I feel what he's saying and I agree, I have that thought in my mind, like, damn, why wasn't you pushing this before? But it's not to say that he wasn't, because he was speaking the way he was speaking, he was doing what he was doing. And of course, at the end of the day, like I was saying, it's about taking care of yours. And it just, I would like to believe that we as a humanity will arrive at a point where doing for yours is everyone that you're doing for, rather than just yours. Because at the end of the day, you're not there holding the hands of your loved ones or the people you care about while they live their life, and they're not here or with you holding your hand. So respectfully, everybody is walking their own path, and if you walk with that mindset and that mentality, you probably would begin to say hi to everyone you see, rather than look at them as a stranger or an enemy, because of the fact of the matter that you don't know them. You don't have to not know anybody. You could know everyone. But at the same time, everyone isn't fortunate enough to walk a life of peace and harmony. Some people are introduced to things at early ages that cause them to take different routes, and now they're doing things, and now they're disrupting things, and now there's school systems like we have.
Chaos.
Which is not to say that it's any one person or people. It's just to say that what is it that we could do as a whole that could more or less encourage or develop the improvement of the whole, rather, because I do understand and comprehend you have to start a town hall, because that's where you reside. Of course, where you reside is within these walls and these bounds, but where you reside more specifically has its own governing, and that's where you have to apply the pressure and bring your attention, because otherwise you fall behind in what's really going on. But also what plays a part is your residency, your choice of residency, because
where you living,
how many people in that town
actually care? Not
even that. And that's because you can't say that not whoever's in the town doesn't care. It's just about who's actually active in the action within the town, as far as the town meetings and the school board, all of that. You know what I mean? The parents. And Coles. Shit. Amazing. And Coles. That was the first time I learned about marketing. They refer to the customer, or to customers, the customers. She, because they, I guess, well, of course they do. They they get their metrics, they get their stats, they get their numbers. They see what they're looking at, and then they break it down even further to, okay, who's buying? Well, because you have to know what your market is. Who's buying the most? Moms. Why? Because they have the opportunity. Not to say that they don't they're not doing anything, but they're more or less, moms are doing the shopping.
I would say desire more than opportunity.
Oh yeah, but what I mean by the opportunity is the fact that during the day hours.
I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. Remember when I said I went to go get that 5-6 from Target?
Yeah.
It was more moms there with kids, and then all the dads were there by themselves. I was there by myself. But the kids was at home with a kid.
It's not an intentional. It's just the way that society was, so to speak, set up in that. Really, because the dad's out working for the most part.
That too.
And then the mom's home taking care of the kids. She has the opportunity to now go shopping, and not. And yeah, the desire is there. Because
I say desire because nowadays shit has changed. It's not the mom staying at home. It hasn't been like that for a little bit.
I can understand
people have jobs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. Now the desire. Everyone has the desire because it's having is makes you feel like you have something. But yeah. No, I'm just saying as far as the marketing specifically, you know what I mean? You get to understand who's the target audience here. And that's where it's like it's just certain what was I saying?
I don't know why you went to that. I was wondering where you were about to go to, but
hey, oh wait. Oh shit.
He was talking about marketing. You said they break it down to she.
Yeah, well, all the way to the demographic of the you know what I'm saying?
But because you were going into that because of what you were saying, what we were saying about the education ish. Mm-hmm. So, how does that correlate? Or were you just bringing up a separate point?
No, what were we saying about the education thing?
No, we were just rounding out that conversation, and then you would move to the marketing. You said the marketing made you think about something, like it related in some way. And you talking about making a town hall, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Gotta get your things in order.
Yes. That shit. Town hall. The fact that the moms are the ones, or I want to say more or less, family. Families is what is really what drives society. Obviously, because if you're not making kids, then you ain't.
Really
not to say that you need to make kids, but it's to say that
no contribution.
That's how we got here. Somebody made you. Somebody brought you here. So my point was the town hall. What happens there matters to those who have stake in the town, which would more or less be those with a family, parents. But at the same time, how often is everyone made aware of what's going on in the town? As far as, I mean, I would assume that they post things around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they post
things hourly.
They post
post things around everywhere.
Yo, they throw stuff in the mail. Nobody will be paying attention to that shit.
But No, I mean about the town. In the town. Like in the town.
I mean, when I ain't saying all that. I'm not saying all that.
Before
daily.
I mean before
daily. Newspaper. Town, the little penny saver, all the little town.
They throw shit in the mail.
That's my fault because I don't read the paper.
Yeah, I don't read the paper.
I just know
either,
that from being with my grandparents.
But see, that's the thing. It's there, but it's not visible for nobody to actually see and pay attention to.
But that generation.
Yeah.
That generation. Our parents watched their parents read the paper. Or there are people who read the paper, obviously. For the most part, elders and people in business.
I mean, up until the early, like mid, like 2003, maybe 2004, people were still kind of reading newspapers.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I believe they still are, but
when I was in high school,
well, I mean, like up until like the
like
the adult age, like late 20s to 30s.
Mm.
When I was in high school, we used to get newspapers, and honestly, I would read it for the fucking horoscopes and for the comics.
This guy.
But sometimes, I think it was, which one was Long Island? Newsday?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we was getting Newsday newspapers in Wyandanch High School.
Oh shit.
And yeah, I would like go through them to like just see what was in there, just because we got them and they were free.
Yeah.
I don't really know if anybody else really like went through the shits, but I, searched through them. I looked through the comics. I do the fucking Sudoku. Fuck. But word, I would like look through it every now and then. If a story like popped out to me and it was like it piqued my interest, then I would go through it. But it wasn't. Yeah. I wouldn't like. This is what's going on in the news today. Nah, maybe now. Like if I got it for free, even though I should pay for it to figure out what the fuck is going on out there.
But at the same time,
my dad watches the news and he tells me to watch the news. He's like, yo, you should watch the news just to know what's going on out there. And that's something like from when I was younger. That's just something that you should teach your kids.
Crazy. Shit, the same shit going on every day.
And that part,
that's the thing.
If I'm thinking about the news when I was a kid to right now, it's the same fucking shit. I'm like,
that's what I wonder is the fact of the matter is, it's not that it's the same stuff, but man,
a good time, a bad time, a good time, a bad time.
I don't even.
A bad time, a good time.
It's not that it's not because
take a whiskey drink.
The thing about it is all of it's relevant. All of it is relevant.
Yeah.
It's not affecting your life. So for you personally,
it's affecting your life,
and you don't even know. That's the part.
I mean, it's not that you don't know. You just what are you gonna do about it? To be honest,
half the time, for the most part, I don't believe we are aware exactly of what is affecting our lives and how it is.
That is true.
I mean, that honestly,
even
I feel like
food, bro.
Okay,
but
not fully, because some people we know what they be eating.
I feel like you have to break it down to levels like simple things like that, because you can go like really too far with it and just it's too much.
No, but my thought is what I was saying about the school as far bringing it all the way down to town hall is I wonder, I'm curious to understand what it is and why it is that you can't necessarily acclimate all educational systems curriculums to the same level. It's just a thought. I couldn't.
That is true, but
Yo,
my thing is, you got to start somewhere, and if you don't start nowhere, like because and then that's the thing. There are really good schools out there that actually have a really good curriculum, and it's just like, but your money for your good education, and it's just but and then it's like, sometimes they're just giving basic knowledge. that you should know, and it's just like, yo, but it still costs money. You live in a public square, you get public school information. You want to go here to get manners and fucking figure out how to treat people and shit. You pay. Pay. Give me your money.
Man. Yo.
What, you wanna learn some shit?
I don't think
pay.
I don't think I fully disagree with the idea because they've allowed it.
And that's the thing.
They've allowed
because they've allowed this
but
shit to go for so long.
If I would. Well, if you don't have, there's no competition, I guess.
And then that's
why do we need competition? Why wouldn't you just want all of the country to be at the same level? It's the same level of learning. Why is it in this state, in this state, in this state?
Because then you got to pay everybody the same. And if you pay everybody the same, everybody has to have the same amount of tolerance.
Then there would be no United States. It would just be United America, right? They're like, why do we got to be separate states if we all at the same level? Fuck it.
What's that test that they make you take in elementary school? The state shit. They only do it in New York. I don't even think they do this shit in every state.
Hey, bro.
I ain't even gonna hold you. It's been so long. That's what I'm saying. I done forgot. It's been so long. But like, yo, what?
Yo.
It's like it's.
I definitely had to take a test like that in North Carolina.
In elementary school, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not every state.
Education is more than imperative.
But it's just like, yo,
it's more than imperative.
Yo, how long you gonna teach?
My only question is, why don't we have more funds going into the school systems? And also, well, no, I get it. There's got to be funds allocated all the way down to the town for the fact of the matter that not everywhere needs the same resources, but how is that and why is that?
Hold on. I just have something really funny.
I get it.
I was watching Rick and Morty.
I get it, bro.
And he was like, Rick, I have English homework. And he's like, how dumb do you have to be? English. You speak it, don't you?
Oh, man.
Say what again?
Yo, wait, but you need. You do, but like you need. I understand.
Do.
I understand. That's a funny one. That's a funny bit, but I'm not gonna lie. But I'm thinking about it realistically, and I'm like, nah. Some motherfuckers don't even like. I choose to speak the way I speak.
It should just be called grammar.
Yo, they changed that shit up in elementary school because I think when I was going to elementary school, I think the shit was called grammar. It wasn't called English.
Promise it was something like that. I promise that.
I'm pretty sure arithmetic.
I'm not gonna promise. I don't know for a fact, but
maybe I ain't even gonna hold you. I said maybe. I don't know. It's just like what arithmetic,
reading, writing.
I gotta look that shit up. Like what?
I don't even know why that word is funny to me. Arithmetic.
Yeah, I don't know the way the older people said it in the schools. It's like it was like a joke. Like it was the funniest thing in the world. like they were mocking you.
Why?
I don't know. It felt
hilarious. Weird. No, that was funny.
The branch of mathematics dealing with the properties and manipulation of numbers. The use of numbers and counting in circulation.
Well then. So we're good on that.
We ain't even going down.
What the? Nah, but on some real.
Like they make us read Lord of the fucking Flies.
Yo,
what else we read? What's that book with Atticus? What's that book called?
Oh shit.
Atticus. I forgot. Like all those books that we read in school. Like what the?
Ulysses.
Oh, I was about to say that.
I guess they're like we have to know about the
Animal Farm,
shystiness of people.
The Odyssey, that one. I never read that. Nah, I think that was the one, bro.
That one.
That's all I'm talking about. I never read that
though. I believe.
Nah.
It was.
It's not an Atticus thing I'm talking about. It's some slavery time book.
Oh.
Or post slavery.
Oh, shit, I forgot.
Huckleberry Finn?
I don't know, one of them shits. No, not Huckleberry Finn. No.
Nah, I can't see Atticus being in a Huckleberry Finn. I don't know why.
You right.
I've not read. I don't know Huckleberry.
It was a story about
Huckleberry
they
and Finn.
framed the black guy for sexual harassment.
Oh nah.
I mean, there's mad books like that, but it was the book that we read in high school.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, I said that to say, like, why are we reading those books? It's crazy.
Why are
There's
we
so many
reading
other things that we can read, and we're reading about how people are.
We could be reading
how much
literature.
the ego plays into life.
I would imagine that.
I don't have an ego. I'm looking out for me and my family.
No, I mean
everybody else.
I mean, I don't think it's bad necessarily to allow kids or to indulge in fiction.
Not at all. I'm just wondering why, like, those were the books. We didn't read any other books that were, like, you know,
more informative.
Yeah.
That really gave you something after reading it, rather than just reading something to read it.
Yeah, The Great Gatsby. That was cool.
Great Gatsby was pretty good. That was pretty good.
But I would understand. I could understand for the. I don't.
Even
but
though they had us as slaves in there.
What? That speaks to the points he's making about whether or not, or about what school could be seen as, essentially, relating it to prison.
They make you raise your hand to go to the bathroom.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I would.
That makes sense to raise your hand.
Yeah, it's a respectful thing. I don't mean to interrupt. I do have to,
And so they know what you're doing.
Yeah. So there's certain things
that was to the shit.
I can understand it. But at the same time, what time would you have school if not during the day? Because for the most part, the whole idea for school, I would believe, is to educate. But also,
I was just thinking about a little while ago, like maybe wake up like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever, stretch. At home, you got, like, a little regiment. Then you go to a spot somewhere for a few hours. You learn whatever we agree to teach the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You have like 4 or 5 hours of family gets together, or everybody gets together, whatever. However you want to do it, have their fun during the day. Then it gets to dusk, and then you start, go back for a few hours, blah blah blah, rinse and repeat.
What are the main what are the main classes that
reading, writing, everything?
Yeah, right, for the most part. Math, English, science,
grammar. Well, you said English, my bad. I'm sorry.
Math, English, science, and what else?
See, but is history, like, does everybody learn the same history?
History, I would believe that was social studies, and until it becomes history.
Let's call it history.
Yeah, let's call it history, because social studies.
Like
social studies is nah.
Yo, but what age did you start teaching history?
Huh?
What age did you start teaching history?
As soon as you're born.
Right, like
as soon as you're born, you're learning history for the But in as far in education in an educational system, at what age would we be introducing history? I would agree, beginning of kindergarten. You learn about presidents and stuff. I'm sure cabs. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Where do you start? Martin Luther King. That's all I remember from kindergarten.
Where do you start? Where do you start?
What?
With history, where do you start?
People got to pick. It's whatever people decide to pick. Like, people come together within the group and they pick.
I'm asking a general question. Where do you start? Where would you start?
Where
with history?
Yeah, you teaching history too. Okay, where would you start?
Start at the beginning.
What is the beginning?
And that's the thing. Why weren't we taught that?
Well, that's because we're not the ones who set up the educational system.
We were taught the beginning.
The curriculum.
We were taught their beginning.
We were taught a beginning.
A theorized beginning.
But
facts.
I mean, so you take what? That's four: math, English, science, social studies, history, and social studies. And is there?
You gotta have gym in there.
Nah. You don't need to be taught gym. My opinion.
That's part of the morning part though. I said, stretch you have or whatever, little regimen in the morning.
That's your morning ritual.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, some people don't do that.
Nah, that's not even how we rocking this.
Right? Like, what the fuck you mean?
We should literally
be waking up and like, this is what we do.
That's the other
okay,
thing.
at our school. Gotcha.
Yeah,
community.
These are things you're going to school. You're going to these people.
It's not that you have to do it. You want to do it because, you want to, be vitalized for the day.
But that's the thing too, because as much as I despise the feeling of going to school and what I remember it as, I understand the importance of it, and I could definitely see it being held and conducted in a different way. Mm-hmm. Because these days it's just.
I feel like home ec will help a lot of people, even though like people are just like, "Yo, you should know that," and that's self-explanatory. It is, and it should be.
I
not
like
self-explanatory.
Home ec was cool.
I never fucking had home ec.
No, sorry.
I feel like that would be within the household or within the community. Like in the times that you're not learning, you have like people would have things that they're doing at their house or at their spot or the place of business, and you could just go there and do it and leave.
And we're not talking about a cult, but maybe we're just speaking of a time past, because there was a time where that really was the way things operated to an extent, to a degree, but that's also within the towns. It's not necessarily countrywide, as far as even in this state, they operate the same over here. It's just different people, different. It's just another town over, another state over, whatever the case may be. But
it's crazy though, because like he said what he said, but then at the same time, like the schools, like for like how the fact that the reality of that we have people that will do outlandish things anywhere. Like I could see why they would have a school set up a certain way, because to limit those exchanges.
That was the point I was making as well. Is it's most of which things happen based off of precautions that need to be taken because people have done things that cross boundaries that we didn't prepare for. So that's the other unfortunate thing. There's people that have to actually now assess situations and figure solutions for them, and that's not the easiest task.
Did you hear about the black dad that was homeschooling? I want to say this was like a year, 2 years ago. It might be a little bit longer. That was homeschooling his kids, and they were like smart as hell. And he taught them like gun control or some shit.
Yeah.
He like went mad fucking viral, and people were like, how dare he?
Derek Grace.
But everybody everybody was going crazy. But like they knew what they were talking about. And they knew their shit,
bro. When I saw that, I was like, wow, because that's deep, but also it's tough. It is tough because as much as you are enlightening your children and educating them on your own by your own means and in your own manner and in fashion, and you are giving them the tools you feel are necessary to walk this earth in the land you are in. I also feel and believe that, and to a degree and an extent, there's a loss there. As much as there's not to the fullest, you know what I'm saying?
That's what everything know.
Huh?
That's what everything know.
Yeah, you know.
So with that, we gonna be all right.
But
because just because of him setting that example, there could be even more people that's gonna do that in the future. Not exactly that way, but they'll figure out their own way to do it.
Yeah, it'll open people up to making that, you know what I'm saying, making it their own.
I'm not even gonna worry about the consequences that come from whatever you're doing in that manner. Because it's just,
fortunately,
it's productive.
I believe he's providing his children with a fitting environment for them to grow in. Yeah. So they don't have to worry about that, fortunately. But I only what I say when I say a loss, I mean in the innocence, because at the end of the day, it's gonna go. It's gonna go while you open their eyes.
There is no innocence. Like ignorance isn't exactly bliss. It is, but to an extent.
I mean,
so like it's not exactly like you don't have to.
A child isn't necessarily. Well, at the same time, they haven't.
I feel like that's you placing an emotion on that. Me
thinking about it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about
it's like, damn, they're losing the innocence, but at the same time they're gaining the wisdom to move forward productively,
and
positively.
But that also that's as part of me is like, damn, like should a child have to have that? Should a child have to? You know what I mean? As much as it's definitely it's amazing.
I feel like
I mean, if the parent decides they want to do that,
I'm not gonna lie, I would almost want my kids to have the same level of caution. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
But I also am now at that point of you know what I'm saying, considering like, damn, like would there be something that they're losing out on having to now have that level of awareness?
Mm-hmm. Nah, they're gaining the experience to move.
Of course, but
in a more experienced fashion.
That's how I feel as well, and that's how I feel as well.
More mature fashion.
But you are also still missing what will be. There's a sense of absence, and not in necessarily in the mind or presence, but there's a sense of absence as a child of what might be dangerous or a threat to you. So you're not necessarily walking on eggshells or walking like a hitman. Not to say that that's what you become, but essentially one who walks with that with a level, in my opinion, that level, when you fired a weapon, there's a different feeling behind that. You understand.
That's why it moves to self-defense, especially with them having their father. Of course,
I'm not dismissing any of that amazing and beautiful advancement and progression and growth. I'm simply acknowledging the fact that a child having that almost takes away them being a child, but it doesn't, because as long as he, like I said,
a child is a person.
No, but I'm sure he's providing a fitting environment for them to flourish in and just be children as well, aside from giving them all the necessary tools to be aware of what is out here. I was just thinking, you know what I'm saying, conceptual or just imagining.
It's just a lot of variables. You can say a lot of things about it.
But not even two things can be true at the same time. And I think I would almost suggest everybody, educate your kids and also equip them with the confidence and the discipline and understanding of firearms and how to handle them and possessing them and properly securing them.
Some hand-to-hand is good too.
There's a whole
fucking handbook. Read the handbook.
It's just, and there are I would believe there are in societies and environments where people behave and conduct themselves in that manner. Islands, you know what I mean? So it's not to say that it's not taking place or it doesn't take place. It's just the fact that in America, where we are, this is what we have. And of course, you can make the suggestion or to anyone and say, you know, maybe you need to leave, find somewhere else to go and be. And it's just, damn. How is it that rather than be a part of the movement to encourage the betterment or improvement of our society where we are, you prefer to encourage someone to uproot and find themselves somewhere else to be?
Why I gotta be better? Why I gotta be better?
And then not even.
Yo, but it's for us to be real good. You know, we could be real good together. Why I gotta be better?
But because we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. And I believe we'll find a way. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's getting better.
It's getting. Well, they say it has to get worse before it gets better. How do you feel as though we've seen the worst?
I feel like the 90s were worse. Oh, I said that real low. I said I feel like the 90s were worse.
Nah. Yeah, maybe not.
It's a constant ebb and flow. There's no such thing as the worst. It's only what we experience.
That is true, because I feel like
Because if we do that's us looking for things to apply an emotion to and just dwell upon it. We don't have to do that.
Yeah, and divide over.
Everything is everything.
Yeah.
We're here today. We're good.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That is a fact. See?
the pure.
But we ain't.
The pure.
But now we're
good. Even if we aren't good,
we
good. We don't have a choice.
We gonna be all right. No, but in all honesty, though, as much as there comes a time where it feels as though it's not looking up. Cards are stacked against you or us. There's people out there and playing their role, not doing their job. People are playing their roles. Not to say that people aren't working. I'm just saying people playing their roles. Everyone is playing a role, and it's say it's not. It's not to worry about what is to happen. It's to think about how you can handle it. And that's not exactly what they say, but that's my interpretation of what they say.
I don't know. I guess, like what Dave Chappelle said, what you doing is right, but the way you going about the shit is wrong. Like you don't gotta step on everybody. Everybody don't gotta be underneath. We could like all uplift each other.
Yeah, nah.
And that's another thing. People be using people and shit.
But that's we do have to get to a point where we stop just being okay with the fact that we will be all right and actually get to actually developing solutions for the actual things that we can better.
You did get stretched this morning, Vaughn?
I did not.
Man, I didn't either. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. I didn't.
But that's how we do that. That's how, you said devise a plan. That's how we do that. Kenny's leading by example. Daily stretches in the morning.
And honestly, I have to actually get myself up early enough now because I do it after work now.
Oh, okay.
I get home, walk the pub, and then I do my stretch.
Well, daily stretches.
Almost as if it's getting relieving all of that's been building throughout the day, And honestly, I feel like that works out as well. It's not whether or not you get it in early or late. It's just that you get it in and you
maintain it.
Yeah, you make the effort. Making the effort is really what it's the process. It's because you have to force yourself, as well as encourage. You have to encourage yourself until you have to force yourself, or you have to force yourself until you can encourage yourself.
Yeah,
one or the other. I'm not sure, but
like
both of those.
What has it been? 2 weeks? I think it's been a month. I haven't really been. Shit's been hard. Shit's been hard. So,
hey man,
I don't know. Like I chose the Kendrick Lamar "We Gonna Be Alright" song because everything usually does. Like for me, it works out. Like there's struggle. There's fucking niggas got to go through the trenches. Like shit is hard, but it usually works out.
And exactly.
So I had to just like, it's gonna work out. I'll be all right. As long as I'm putting my best foot forward. And then that's the thing, like, you got to keep putting your best foot forward. You can't, damn, I'm tired. Like, no, there's no room to be tired if you're trying to be good. If you're trying to make everything else better. Like, You could rest if you're just trying to be good for you. Yeah, you could take a break, but if you're trying to like do shit for for everybody, it's not really it's no really downtime.
And also, the hard part is really looking at yourself and making yourself cut away the shit you know you don't need.
That shit is so fucking hard. And that shit is so hard.
And that's the battle every day. And I feel like it all correlates to some degree, some extent, some fashion. It all correlates, it all connects to some degree. You know what I mean? But we're only human. But that's not an excuse either, because human beings are fucking incredible. What we're capable of is fucking incredible. It's about what you're willing to tap into, whether or not you're seeking that connection. And it's important. Otherwise, you know what I mean? You're always going to be just, because the uphill battle is a constant. It's not even once in a while. It's a constant. So it's almost as if you put yourself on that hill before the hill comes to you, you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to get yourself through the hill now. You've already been just on the hill figuring it out. So
watching from the top.
Yeah, and so every obstacle you meet, it really isn't an obstacle. You've been on the hill already, and only
got them go-go gadget legs.
I feel as though being able to do that, being able to encourage myself to get that stretch in, and it's only two reps. It's only 2 reps. And I don't just go right into it. I take my time to force myself almost to slow down. Try to apply an intentional effort and thought process behind the action.
Yeah,
concentrate on
doing it to get it over with.
Yeah, exactly. Concentrating on the breath and the control of the breath, where the breath is being directed from and to, and being able to maintain and hold it, learning and figuring out all the different just ailments within my body that I've just been living with. Realizing this is what everybody is dealing with without even ever realizing it. You don't even realize your body just after a while just stays in whatever positions you sit in, or you let it sit in or stay in. That if you actually get your body active, you don't ever actually settle in at any position, because your body is constantly active and doing things. So yeah, and more or less for me, when I do the stretch, I'm thinking of healing and rebuilding and repairing, rejuvenate. I'm thinking of all those things that have to do with improving or bettering or fixing, because our body is literally breaking down as we live. And it does on its own rebuild things, rejuvenate things, repair things, but
it can only go but so far.
Well, no, it'll go as far as you allow it, even if you're not necessarily putting in that intentional effort in that fashion, that form. Because as long as you take care of your body and your mental, you know what I mean, for the most part, your mental is feeding your body as well. The energy or that encouragement, that mental fortitude also plays a part in it, because you have to be able to push your body past its limits, because it's only going as far as you believe it can. So if you allow it to believe its limits are only as far as you believe, then you find yourself thinking of different things and extending your reach as far as where you connect yourself to in your body.
Gotcha.
With your mind is my
personal.
Yeah, that's my experience with it.
It's true. That's how it feels.
But yeah, man, it's the little things too. Drinking more water for me, for sure. I drink water for the most part.
Maybe yourself a Fiji.
Drinking more water, and not even too much water. Honestly, you don't need everything in moderation. Is just what we all need. And yeah, we gonna be all right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I believe this was a great entree. Appetizer came in smooth with it. Soup and a salad, that was just like.
What salad was that, Vaughn? That little Kendrick, all right. What salad was that? Or was that a soup? That was chicken noodle soup for the soul?
No, it's chicken noodle soup for the soul.
Okay. Yeah, that shit
nice and hot. Not too hot, but just
chicken noodle soup and a Caesar salad. Man. Nah, that was delicious. So. How we gonna hit this dessert though? How we do that? We even do that.
He was good.
Yeah, I was about to sing a song that we probably shouldn't sing.
What a guy. Yeah. What if I?
It's unfortunately an artist that, is going through some troubles.
Ah, man.
Oh, no.
Do we? Well, yeah, you have your own personal opinions about it. Of course, you know what I'm saying?
Because we're all just ordinary people.
Mr. Legend. Girl, I'm in love with you. This ain't the honeymoon. Past the infatuation phase. Right in the thick of love. And times we get sick of love. And kiss, then we make up on the way. Oh! Wait, what's that? What's the next joint? Oh, man.
This guy.
I know I misbehaved, you made your mistakes, and we both still got room left to grow. And though love sometimes hurts, I still put you first, and we'll make this thing work. But I think we should take it slow. We're just ordinary people. We don't know which way to go, 'cause we're ordinary people.
Pushing P.
Maybe we should take it slow. Take it slow. Oh, whoa. This time we'll take it slow. Take it slow. Oh, whoa. Oh. This time we'll take it slow. This ain't a movie, no fairy tale conclusion, y'all. It gets more confusing every day. Someday I said, send back to hell again.
Oh no. We kiss, then we make up on the way.
I angle, you call, we rise and we fall, and we walk the fucking away. As our love advances, we'll take second chances, though it's not a fantasy. I still want you to say we're just ordinary ordinary people.
Ordinary people, baby.
We don't know which way to go.
Just don't know which way to go.
'Cause we're ordinary people.
We're just ordinary people.
Maybe we should take it slow. Hey, maybe we'll live and learn. Maybe we'll crash and burn. Maybe you'll stay, maybe you'll leave, maybe you'll return. Maybe you'll never mind. Maybe we won't survive. Maybe you'll grow, we never know. Maybe you will and I. Oh, that's yo. Hey, let me
I'm a
tell
good
you.
background singer.
Hey, bruh. Hey, dog. John Lynch.
It's a guy.
Hey.
No fairy tale concluding, y'all. This guy.
And man, bruv. Yo, but yeah, man. We're just ordinary people.
We gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right. Listen. You know, just first thing you do when you wake up, right? Just love yourself.
Love is love.
Love thyself. And I believe in turn you may love thy neighbor. You never know.
When your cup runneth over, she got so much love for yourself. You pass it on to somebody else.
Somebody else.
I'm saying you help their cup runneth over because your cup just plentiful. Just splash.
Come on.
They get a little, know what I'm saying? Then they cup start to, they should start to, whoa. Just off of themselves, not even off of your splash. They don't even need your splash no more. They got their own little drip. They got their own drip. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
their own drip.
where is the love? People can't leave people dying. Children hurt and you hear them crying. If you practice what you preach and don't turn the other cheek. Father, help me. Please the guidance from above. Those people get me questioning. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where's the love? Why don't you love yourself? Why not?
What is this L word that you're talking about? It should sound weird.
Comes from here. From here.
LOVELOUS.
Ayo, right? Hey,
Loveless.
hey, yo,
Fabulous. This thing is funny as hell.
yo. Peace, love, and the utmost respect to the people, and power to you.
Hey, hi.
Salutations from the four course.